Hi everybody, it's Janine Mason, the curator at Lighthouse Art Center in Tequesta. We just opened a fabulous new exhibition called Jupiter Island Arts Exhibition. On Jupiter Island, a number of very, very talented and well-known people live, and many of them are painters or sculptors. And when I asked if they would loan me work for this exhibition, not only did they say yes, but they brought out some of their best. Some of them loaned me pieces from artists that they collect. Let's do a quick little walk. Now, it's easy to see that face on this piece by Fernando Porras. But when you're standing here in person, the face doesn't easily appear. What you see are these amazing brushstrokes. Fernando is a seriously talented artist from Venezuela, and recently he's joined our faculty too. We are so glad to have him. Let's take a look right here at the work of Clay Kanzler. Clay's works are so involved and so beautifully executed. Look at this. Clay is just a genius. I have 4 of his monumental pieces in this show. I'll continue to show them to you as we go. This is the work of Robin Lee Makowski. Watercolors. Can you believe it? I'm serious. Robin does the impossible with watercolors on a daily basis, doesn't she? Beautiful. We're going to move into the next room. Now we're coming into pieces, again, collected by residents of Jupiter Island. This is an Emile Groupet. We actually have Charles Groupet as one of our faculty members. This is Charles's uncle, Emile. These are pieces here by Roma Jean Personne. And as we move around the corner from Roma Jean, we move into the Highwaymen. So Highwaymen are a group of Black Florida painters who made their living beginning in the 1950s by selling paintings out of the back of their cars. And if you were clever enough to buy one of these pieces then, you would have made a great investment, because these pieces, if you don't know, have seriously gone up in value. They're absolutely collector's items now. The Florida Highwaymen have been inducted into the Florida Artist Hall of Fame. We're so proud to have them here. And let me tell you this too, if you are a collector of Highwayman art, don't hesitate. These are available for purchase. I'm moving out of the Highwaymen now and down into Bean Backus. The Backus Gallery in Fort Pierce has loaned us some of their pieces, and we have a few collectors who've decided to actually part with their Backuses. So some of these Backus pieces are available too. You know, Backus created a school of art based right here on the Indian River Lagoon, and it's recognized right along with the Hudson River School. Backus was the one who actually started the Highwaymen on their path. He taught a couple of the early Highwaymen painters in his studio, and they took the lead and taught others. So Backus is also a Florida Artist Hall of Fame award winner. Look at these. Aren't they beautiful? And what's interesting in this long gallery of ours that I'm showing you right now, this is a famous Backus piece. It's a Jamaican piece of from when he was in Jamaica, and that bright light in the palm tree or the banana tree is something that's seriously collectible. Now look down this long gallery, okay? Full of treasure. But see this? This is the work of Jim Hutchinson. Jim Hutchinson lived among the Seminoles for a while in his 20s with his wife. Really unusual. They just did not allow white people. But Jim has a lot of talent and a certain amount of magic. And not only did he live with them, but he also painted many, many of them. Jim is a Florida Artist Hall of Fame award winner. He's also the nephew of Bean Backus. If we come around this corner here, Jim's son, Kevin Hutchinson. So we not only have 3 generations of painters in this room, but we've also got a whole group of people who are dependent on Backus and on his talent and his generosity to show them how to paint. It's amazing, isn't it? Let's move into this room. Now here we start the residence of Jupiter Island. So this is the work of Jim Johnson. Beautiful, right? Oils on canvas. I love these pieces. It's so generous of him to loan these to us. This is the work of Stephanie Flinn. Coming around the corner here to the work of Roseanne Williams. This is an old Walter Groombridge watercolor of Jupiter Island Beach Club. It doesn't look like that anymore. And if I turn all the way around, you're going to see another spectacular clay canceller. These pieces of clays are about 10 feet by 7 feet. Maybe 10 feet by 6 feet. They're remarkable, aren't they? Everything he does has such wonderful meaning. It's so beautifully executed. I could put a bench in front of Clay's paintings and people would sit there all day. He recently had a piece that was acquired by the Guggenheim. If you'd like information on how to contact any of these artists, or you find that you're interested in some of this work, by all means, contact me and I will be happy to handle it for you. This is the work of Joan Wobst. Joan Wobst is a Jupiter Island sculptor. She works in clay. It's fabulous, right? Joan loves detail, as you can see, and she's particularly fond of literature and children's books. Here we have Alice Through the Looking Glass. Joan has done some monumental pieces for municipalities, large scale chess sets. I know this is turning into a long video, but you don't want me to stop, do you? Aren't they wonderful? Let's go over here to the musicians of Jupiter Island. So you remember the story of the musicians of Bremen, right? And here we have the musicians of Jupiter Island. Look at this piece. Now this is the original. It's actually made of clay. Joan did have this cast, and a few were made into bronzes. But the mold has since been lost, and this is the last of its kind. Fabulous, right? We're going to take the long view of the main gallery now, and then I'll come back around and talk a little bit about each piece. Joan Wobst. This is bronze, and the title is Old Friends. Clay Kanzler. Can you believe it? This is a 6x6 oil on canvas. It's called Dancing Clouds. Fabulous, right? Here we have another Joan Wobst. You remember Frankie and Johnny? This is the scene where he had it coming. Remember? This is the actual chess play that Alice was involved in Alice Through the Looking Glass. I'm going to move back just a little bit and show you the work of Jane Davis Doggett, another Florida Artist Hall of Fame Award winner. Spectacular. You'll recognize this, I'm sure. This is on loan from Peter Lawson-Johnston. He's the grandson of Solomon R. Guggenheim. His children had this coffee table made for him. It's such an honor to have this. I'm backing up and showing you the work of Roseanne Williams. Roseanne Williams is also a member of our board of directors. We are so lucky to have her. Now, let's examine these porcelain paintings by Anne Scott. Exquisite, aren't they? Some of you may know that I paint fish, so I love these pieces. I love it all. I'm crazy about fish. And now you, as an educated audience, can obviously understand that this is the work of who? Clay Kanzler again. Beautiful, right? Beautiful. This piece is called For I Know the Plans I Have for You. Jane Davis Doggett again. So these three-dimensional pieces are interpretations of places she has lived in her lifetime. Jane. Jane was a wayfinder at a time when wayfinding didn't exist. Here is a work of Peter Conze III. Peter just finished an installation for Google in Kirkland, Washington. It was a huge piece, and this piece is teeny tiny by comparison. It is kinetic, it's powder-coated aluminum and steel, and next to it we have a little video that runs of that installation that he did for Google. It's beautiful. I should mention that Jane and wayfaring, Jane Davis Doggett is the reason that we don't get lost when we go through airports, okay? When she graduated from Yale, jets were just coming. And so all the airports in the country had to be redesigned. And she rode that wave with a number of architectural graduates also from Yale. Brilliant woman and absolutely a force of nature. This is the work of Jack Crowe. Here we have Joan Brady's amazing watercolors. Look at this. Aren't these beautiful? So the work of Sharon Collinson. This is pink Colorado alabaster. Here's white Colorado alabaster. Look at these three. Aren't they beautiful? She calls this piece Night Watchman. Sharon Collinson. Here's another Joan Brady. Joan has a really beautiful book on the market too. It's called Between Brushstrokes. Now, Carol Auer was one of the first artists on Jupiter Island. And this is on loan to us from Anne Geupel, who thought that this would not be a show complete without the work of Carol Auer. Kathy Wallace does beautiful, beautiful egg tempera pieces. Look at this. Aren't they fabulous? Could she choose a more difficult medium? And here's the work of Martine Smith. This is wrapped copper screening. Let's move over here. Philip Anibali, Mazie St. John, Jamee Field, Jamee Field, Peter Conze Jr., Jerry Strawbridge's bronzes. Look at this. Oh, red dots. A couple have sold. And I am going to end this video with Jimmy Johnson's work. Jupiter Island Arts Exhibition will remain here at the Lighthouse ArtCenter until January 18th, 2018. Come and see us. This isn't one that you'll want to miss. www.lighthousearts.org. Thanks for watching.